Oh my God. So she said, Mama, I think your name should be National Award Parekh because you keep saying National Award in every sentence. She'll be like, and she then enacts the president's role also. And she'll be like, the president's like, don't cry, don't cry. Right. So Nithya and me met a day prior at the rehearsal. And, we were just talking about, she was talking about how Dhanush was telling her about his experience at the National Awards. Yeah, a lot of people were like, what are you doing? You've just started. You're getting married. You'll become fat after marriage. From Konkana Sen to Shefali Shah, Taboo. Yeah. These are iconic women who are still working. Yeah. And in fact, with age, they're getting just better. And we too have contracts wherein they write that the actor will maintain the same weight that they have while signing the contract throughout the entire duration of the show. I did some back vocals for Devdas. So that's how I worked with Mr. Bansali. Is this really you, Vidya? She's like, yes, it's me. Remember, we used to be dance partners at Shamak Dawaz. She was a very sweet lady, older woman. And she looked at me, she's like, darling, you have dark circles. I don't know where your career is going to go with them.
Hello everyone, welcome to Showsha. I am Titas Chowdhury in conversation with the National Award winner, Manasi Parekh.
Hi Titash.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great, how are you?
I'm good. Mansi, this has quite literally been your year. You, of course, won the National Award, but you also completed 2 decades as an actor.
That's true. I mean, it's been like, a gift for me, literally. Yeah. Because I completed 2 decades and this film that we produced called Jhamkudi, it's a Gujarati film, it broke all the box office records and then the National Awards happened. So it was just like, wow, amazing.
Has it sunk in though, finally?
Yes, it has now. It has.
How did you celebrate it?
So there were stages to the celebration because there was a lot of work happening before the ceremony happened and also after. So, there were certain pockets where, I decided, I have a couple of days, let me spend it with my family. Let me meet my friends. So it's happened in stages and there's been constant celebrations happening through the work.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And that's how it is for us. I mean, we love to party with our friends and love to do all of that also, but we normally end up doing it with in between work because I guess all of us are busy.
That's true.
So we just have to figure out that slot to enjoy.
Did your child is what?
She's
6? 8 now.
Yeah, my daughter.
Did she understand the fact that, mom has brought home the biggest honor?
Oh my God. So she said, Mama, I think your name should be National Award Parekh because you keep saying National Award in every sentence. So why don't you just rename yourself, she told me. No, but she did understand the significance of it because I explained it to her. And I took her to Delhi.
Oh, you did?
I did. Unfortunately, she wasn't allowed in the ceremony because that's against the rules because she's under 15. But she watched it live on YouTube and I wanted her to understand the importance of what I do because she's been so supportive, of me, and it's only because of the fact that she lets me work that I can,
Very true.
She's been very understanding and my entire film career has happened after I gave birth. So the 7-8 films that I've done have happened after she was born.
She's a lucky man.
And she's 8. So yeah, literally my career is as old as her age.
That's so sweet. Mansi, when you went to take the honor from the President of India, it was a very, very sweet moment. And, you broke down because you were so overwhelmed. You were so emotional about it. What was really going on in your mind at that time? Did you have your career flashing in front of you?
It was a mix of everything. It was a mix of gratitude firstly because I was like, oh my God, this moment is happening. And then, because there are so many incredible artists and so many people who do great work but don't get the kind of validation and recognition that they should be at the right time. So I think it was that thing of, it's the right time for me. It's happening when it should for a film that me and my husband have produced. Yeah. And, the kind of pride that and the kind of happiness that I felt was just, it was overwhelming.
Did your daughter ask you, Mama, why were you crying on stage?
Oh God. So she has a full act that she's devised about me winning the National Award. Oh. Where she plays me and she'll be like and she then enacts the president's role also. And she'll be like, the president's like, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry. She's done this full, like a full sketch comedy piece.
There's already an actor in her.
She is an actor. She's a full performer.
Wow.
Saying, Mama, what is this? Why did you cry? She's asking.
So cute.
Yeah.
So you shared the honor with Nithya Menen.
Oh, yes.
She is, I think, an incredible artist
She
that we
is.
have. Did you get the chance to talk to her? Did you
Yeah.
exchange notes? How was that like?
So Nithya and me met a day prior at the rehearsal. And, we were just talking about, she was talking about how Dhanush was telling her about his experience at the National Awards. I was like, I don't have anybody who can, share their experiences with me. So what did he say? He said, no, it's going to be incredible. It's your moment.
Yeah.
Take it and shine. And we were just discussing about how interesting it would be to do a film together where she speaks in South Indian and I speak in Gujarati. And to call it an Indian film and not have any other name for it.
Yeah.
And just, have like a film with different languages in it.
Great idea, I think.
So
you guys should totally go.
Yeah, we in fact messaged each other last week also. She's like, Mansi, what do you think? I was like, I'm already scouting for a script. If there's something that comes your way, let me know. In the meanwhile, I'm figuring out what to do myself.
Yeah.
But that's the role. I mean, that's the thing, I think. Now audiences are very accepting of different languages. And with OTT and the subtitling work that's happened to international content as well, I think now Indian films should be made with actors speaking in multiple languages, and
Why
that would just be incredible.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Very true. Also, I think you don't really need to go out anywhere because you both are actors, you're a producer. The last time I spoke to Nithya, she said that she plans on directing someday.
Oh.
So I think we should totally get to it.
Absolutely. That's the plan. We want to. Just a matter of time.
Fab. Mansi, going back in time, I do not know if a lot of people know this, but I think you were a part of the channel V.
Yes, I was part of Kkavyanjali Pop Stars.
Yeah, where Ayushmann was also there. What was life like back then there?
That was, I think, the first reality show that we had in music where, of course, Saregama was before that. But this was like that fun, young
cooler.
youth show where all these kids from across the country are coming, and we were all so innocent and so clueless about what's going to happen. And so Neeti Mohan was a part of that talent show. And when I remember the first time I saw Neeti sing and dance, and I'm like, my jaw just dropped. I was like, who is this girl? She is stunning,
Fabulous from day one.
From day one. So Kkavyanjali Pop Stars was incredible. A lot of us who started our careers at that point are still friends. So it's great. Yeah.
Are you in touch with Ayushmann?
Yeah. In fact, I met him at the Ganpati celebrations at Antilia. And Apar and me have done a film which is releasing at IFFI end of this month.
Oh, yes.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I think you guys should also jam together. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
All of you coming together.
That'll be a great idea. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Mansi, just like you said, it was post your daughter's birth that you did all these films.
Yeah.
7 to 8 of them. You had said in an interview that my career actually saw a surge after I got married.
Yeah.
Do you think this is like a myth today or do you think it used to happen before that, female actors would probably stop getting work after getting married or embracing motherhood?
So I'll tell you, I was married in the middle of India Calling, the show that you remember.
Oh.
So my career started and I got married.
Did people tell you?
Yeah, a lot of people were like, what are you doing? You just started. You're getting married. You'll become fat after marriage. These, I'm telling you, these are statements big producers have come to me and told me. And they meant it obviously out of goodwill. Because they were like, "Arey, तुम अपनी पैर पे कुल्हाड़ी मार रही हो. You'll become very fat after marriage."
But fat के साथ marriage का क्या connection?
I have no idea what is that thought. I think what they mean is that you become complacent after marriage. Maybe that is what they mean by that. But they also said to me that then you won't be able to do any work and nobody will cast you. And I was like, you know what? Like, I don't want to follow the rules, and this is my path that I've chosen. I want to be with Parthiv. So let's see where that takes me. And I'm glad I followed my gut, because I guess nobody can make your own life rules for you. And if you have conviction and if you're working well and working hard, then काम तो होता ही है. So all these myths that शादी के बाद कुछ नहीं काम मिलेगा, ऐसा कुछ मेरे साथ तो टच नहीं हुआ. And things are changing anyway.
Yeah, very true.
So and I want them to change. In fact, I am very vocal about the fact that women have to be accepted for the kind of age that they are in, and we shouldn't, because there's this whole fear. They say now that at 40, if you're an actress, 40, matlab your career is over.
Shelf life is the term used.
Right? But look at all these incredible actresses from Konkona Sen to Shefali Shah, Taboo.
Yeah.
These are iconic women who are still working.
Yeah.
And in fact, with age, they're getting just better.
Very true.
And I remember this conversation I was having with this actor, Shruti Shet. So she's also such a stunning actor. And she was saying, Manasi, like, I feel now I am at the best stage of my life. And ideally, this would be the end of an actress's career. But I want to know where my journey takes me. So I feel that age should be appreciated and should be rejoiced rather than being shamed about it or being embarrassed about it.
Very true. Also, we forgot Miss
Ratna Parekh. I mean, she's the true icon, like, for me.
Look at her still ruling the roost now.
And in fact, she's telling me that this is the maximum she's worked in her whole career.
Yeah. Nina ji also says the same thing. Yeah.
So, that's the thing. If you are a good actor, then there is no age. You're ageless. Then आप जो भी करोगे ना, आपको वैसे रोल्स मिलते जाएंगे, वैसे रोल्स लिखे जाएंगे आपके लिए if you're good. So of course you have to hone your craft for it. If I'm only going to rely on, the youthful, lovey-dovey, romantic parts and say that I only want those kind of parts, then of course then I'm limiting myself. But I'm open to any kind of character role or anything, as long as it's like challenging and interesting.
Yeah. Right.
And I'm getting that. So, and in Gujarati, abhi to scripts are written with me in mind. And they say that if you're going to say yes only, then we'll make the film. Otherwise, we won't make the film. So I've worked really hard to come to that level where that happens.
Yeah.
And
that's so great. More power to you. Seriously. For a long time, I think initially you did do a bunch of TV fiction shows, right?
I did, yes.
Yeah. Off late, I think a lot of TV actors, especially... I don't know, actually men, women, both, they're coming to the fore saying that, when they want to make the transition from TV to, let's say, OTT or films, there's this certain discrimination that comes, oh, you're a TV actor, so you're not our first choice, ideally. Have you faced that?
No, because whatever TV I did was very selective. Also, it was not that constant, long-running TV shows that never end.
Right.
Like, the last TV show I did was 8 years ago called Sumit Sambhalega, which ran for a year, and I've done shows which are made very correctly with the right kind framework and they're never extended just for the sake of it. So that way I've been very fortunate. And like I said, we kind of end up slotting ourselves also mentally. I'm a TV actor, how will they perceive me? But I've never thought of myself like, I'm an artist. The medium doesn't matter. And the makers understand that. And the right makers will come to me. And that's happened. Because, they have perception. They know. There are so many iconic people who crossed over from television to film. Shah Rukh being the original. Sushant Singh, Radhika Madan. I mean, the list is endless.
Yeah.
So, and audiences have appreciated and accepted them in both.
True. Yeah. But you also did speak, right, about the grueling work hours that TV had. I mean, a lot of TV actors who used to work there. I've heard that the payment used to also, for some people, happen on a 45-day basis. I don't know if it's true.
It's become 90 now, is what I heard. What? Yeah, it's a credit period of 3 to 4 months where actors are not paid only.
Imagine.
When I was doing it as Anitha, but still there was a gap of at least 45 days, yes. And so you do it.
Why do you think, there are not these measures in place, for the welfare of actors? Because a lot of them are suffering, right?
No, so I'll tell you what, now that's the format of Indian television. Daily. It's a daily,
It's
right?
a daily.
So you have to put in that amount of work. And at least, when we started our career, we didn't have these strong Sinta rules and, we didn't have these people coming on set and saying, okay, the actors won't work. Now that happens, like if you go beyond 12 hours, the Sinta people will come and, they'll be like, guys, don't work. But we were on set sometimes for 72 hours. And just like I'm brushing on set, I'm sleeping on set, coming, taking a bath, going back to scene. I mean, I've done that. But imagine working like that. It's crazy. But it also trains you to kind of work in the worst situations and still perform and, be there, present in the scene. So that way TV is great learning. But it also saps a lot of energy, I'll be very honest. And hats off to actors who do television for years with the same dedication and same intensity. I would just get bored. Because you're on the same set with the same people. and you're doing the same thing and you're doing it for like 7 years. I can't do that. I need variety.
Also working through some crazy physical illnesses.
Yeah, working through illnesses, deaths, working through all of it. It's a part of the whole. And we too have contracts wherein they write that the actor will maintain the same weight that they have while signing the contract throughout the entire duration of the show.
What are you saying?
That's a clause in the contract. I've signed contracts.
Lord.
I've signed contracts with that clause.
Okay. On a more positive note, you got the chance to work with Mr. Bhansali.
I'll tell you what. So Parthiv is a singer.
Huh.
And this was in my college days. I was a singer too.
Huh.
And I got to know that Sanjay ji is, making this epic film, Devdas. And they wanted, like chorus segments and back vocalists for that. And I was a struggling singer. And I was like, of course, I would want to be a part of this group of people. I want to sing for, the film. So I did some back vocals for Devdas. So that's how I worked with Mr. Bhansali. My husband has sung in Bhansali ji's film, Saathiya, for Ranbir Kapoor.
So after all that, Uri happened.
Yes.
The film went on to do great numbers at the box office.
Yeah.
It is a fine film, I think. Would you say, Manasi, it opened doors for you or gave you the kind of popularity that you expected it to?
No, I didn't expect it to give me popularity because my role was not that big a role.
But still, it's a big film.
It's a big film, but when I was doing the film, I had no idea. Because not everything was revealed to me.
Okay.
I was told about my role and the fact that I was working with, Aditya and Vicky and Mohit was my husband and all of that. But I guess nobody really knew how big it would turn out. And that's the thing, like one imagines that, you do one Hindi film and everything is going to like come rolling in after that. But that's not how the industry works.
Yeah.
So I had my own share of waiting and all of that. And simultaneously, I was also working. I started my journey as a producer. So I was producing content in Gujarati. I was doing web series and I then started producing films and then Kutch Express happened.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, Hindi has been slow, I would say.
But did the pace pick up a little bit after you won the national award? Did you get a few offers?
I have.
A few more scripts?
I am reading a couple more scripts right now.
Okay.
But, I want to be very I'm okay with parts that might not be very big, but they have to have some kind of an existence and an arc. There has to be a justification of why the character has to be there. Because see, these days you can't say, I just want to do the lead. I would love to be part of an ensemble. Like I just shot a web series in Hindi, directed by Ken Ghosh, where the part was a very good part. I really liked it. So I'm open to stuff like that. So, dhire dhire abhi, there are a couple of offers that have come my way. So I'm going to pick and choose what is worthwhile and how to do it.
Great. So you told me, I honestly did not get to speak to you, but you did send me a few voice notes after your national award win.
Right.
Vidya Balan had reached out to you, thanking you.
Vidya Balan is such a sweetheart, I must tell you. Because even after seeing Uri, she sent me a message samne se. She's like, hi Mansi, I'm Vidya Balan here. And I just want to say that tune mujhe rula diya yaar. What a scene you've given in Uri. And you have been incredible in the film. And I'm so proud of you and great going. I'm like, is this really you, Vidya? She's like, yes, it's me. Remember, we used to be dance partners at Shamak Dawaz. I was like, you remember? Yeah, we were for a bit. Before she kind of quit because she was cast in, her first film. So she remembered that and she reached out to me. And she reached out again after the national award saying that, great going, Mansi, so proud of you. And I'm like, because I love Vidya. I think she's so... I love her.
It's great also, to see contemporaries hyping each other, cheering for each other.
Absolutely.
Because, the general perception that's there about the industry is that people are insecure and stuff like that. Have you seen that side to the industry ever?
No, not really.
Okay.
Because I think more often than not, people are happy for you. There'll be very few people who would not be. And that you realize, like when you get something like a national award, then you realize, acha, who are the people who are really happy for me, who have reached out, and who are the people who I thought would reach out and who had been like, just send like a cheers message. And I'm like, just a cheers. I expected a little more than that. But then then I've realized you should not expect too much. People have their own perception of things and it's okay. Let them be.
But before we let you go, we want to ask you a few quick rapid fire questions.
Sure.
Okay. All right, let's start. A professional rejection that really hurt you?
Oh, there are quite a few, Because of course I've had my fair share of rejections. In fact, this lane that you're in right now, this is the lane where I was a struggling actor auditioning for parts. So now when I have an office in that very lane, I'm like, oh, it's been a
so that's a big
journey.
thing. Yeah.
Because all the ad auditions would happen in all these casting bungalows that are here.
Yeah.
So there have been rejections, but the one that really hurt the most, I remember I had auditioned for Meera Nayar's musical on Monsoon Wedding. That was going to be an off-Broadway thing.
Off-Broadway, yeah.
And that did not work out. And I was very upset. I was like, I want to do it. But it's okay.
Okay, all right. Your first paycheck, do you remember how much it was?
Yes, I was 11 years old. Because I was a child artist. I was a singer when I was a child. So I used to do a lot of stage shows. So my first paycheck was, I think, $800. Yeah.
Not bad, yeah.
For the first show I did.
And this was years back also, so...
Yeah.
Okay. The last film you watched and you wished that, I wish I could do a role like this.
Silence of the Lambs. I saw it day before.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, I want to play Jodie Foster's role. Incredible film.
Yeah.
And just, wow. I would love to be cast in a film like that.
Wow, okay. An actor, maybe a contemporary, whose filmography you really admire.
I think Ayushmann has an incredible filmography. He really chooses his scripts very well. And so he's amazing. There's a lot of interesting work that even Yami is doing. Yeah, Yami Gautam, she does some very cool scripts. So I think she's doing a great job herself. Rajkumar Rao, I mean, these are people that I really look up to. They are incredible artists with the right choice of like commercial but interesting subjects which kind of push the envelope. So, yeah.
Okay. One change you wish to see in the industry?
If I had to talk about the Gujarati film industry, I would say more roles for women.
Okay.
And as a producer, I'm kind of getting that. Like every film that I'm doing, I'm making sure that the women parts are not just like the small parts which
like
don't have like the frivolous parts, but they have like a meaty existence. Even if they are small, they have to have like a good existence in the script. So definitely that. So for more female-oriented parts in films, in Gujarati cinema. And in Hindi, I think just less of stereotyping an actor. Once you play like I played Vicky's sister in Uri, now everybody wants to see me as, the hero's sister.
Oh, so you started getting a lot of scripts.
I got a lot of, so then I said no to them because I was like, I don't want to fall into that trap.
Right.
Because that's what happens. Like, they see you in something, then they want to cast you similar. So, yeah, that's one thing I would want to change.
Okay, a bizarre free advice that you received from somebody, maybe early on in your career.
You'll get fat after marriage.
Oh, that one. How can we forget that?
No, but advice, that tops the list. No, but I did get a lot of advice. I remember there's this one casting director. I was really young and I just finished my first TV show that Ekta had done with me. And I was in the middle of projects. I was wanting advice. You're really young. You don't know who to go for. And she was a very sweet lady, older woman. And she looked at me. She's like, darling, you have dark circles. I don't know where your career is going to go with them. I'm like, what is this? Like, I have makeup to cover them.
Oh, cool.
And I'm like, these things when you're young, they really impact you.
They affect you, yeah.
They make you very conscious about something about your face. Yeah. Somebody says something, they might just mean it in an offhanded way. Yeah. But suddenly that makes you like, oh, really? Like, is my career going to be dependent on my dark circles? So, things like this, Yeah, random that was.
Okay, the last one, okay? Your reaction to the following, okay? The N word, which is your nepotism.
Yeah, I think, see, now, in this, I must say, have you seen The Romantics on Netflix?
Yes.
Did you hear what Adi Chopra had to say?
Yeah.
So he said that his brother was in, Uday could have become a big star because they had all the means and resources to make him one. But ultimately, the audience decides, right? And that's the thing. The thing with nepotism is, yes, it does exist, and it exists in every field. A doctor's family would want their child to become a doctor, so to speak, in the entertainment. If, for example, tomorrow if Nirvi wants to become an actor or a singer, me and Partha would make sure that we give her the resources because we worked so hard all our lives.
Right.
Having said that, will she be surviving only on that? No. She will have to work hard. Maybe she might have to work doubly hard because then she'll have to prove to others that, no, I'm not doing this just because my parents have got me into this.
Right.
So similarly, that's my belief on it. It exists. That's the reality of it. But that doesn't mean that outsiders don't get fair chances, because most of our superstars are outsiders.
Yeah, that's true.
So, yeah.
Okay. Sexism on a film set? Your reaction to it?
It doesn't happen anymore.
Okay.
I mean, I have not faced it ever as an actor, where I've seen, because, you know, like on our set, for example, on Kutch Express, we had so many women working together. Like the production designer was a woman, the stylist was a woman, the DP was a woman. So Ratnabin was like, wow, you have so many women. But we've been on sets where there are mostly men and things have pretty much been fine. So I don't think sexism exists on
Anymore.
sets. Yeah, on sets it's very egalitarian.
Okay.
And in fact, there are more women ruling and taking the shots in a lot more sets now than there were earlier. Yes, absolutely.
Great. Okay, the last one. Your reaction to beauty standards in the film industry.
You know, I was watching Dimple Kapadia's Vogue. I was just seeing it, Vogue cover, and she looked absolutely stunning. And I was just having this conversation with my husband, and I said that as, you know, surgeries and all, fillers and all of these become very normalized and everybody's kind of talking about it and a lot of people are doing it, I was like, as that gets more common, the faces that don't have all of that will just become more valued and more rare. Because then I see, you know, Neena Gupta, and then I again see Ratnabin with nothing. And she is owning it. And that's how I would want to like age, you know, where I'm completely accepting my aging and not really hiding it or trying to fit into a certain standard of how my face should be. Having said that, to each his own, it's a choice. If it's available, why shouldn't anybody use it? That's a choice. But to succumb to it out of insecurity and to think that that is going to help me get more work, that's a little bit of a trap, because once you start now, then I don't think there's an end to it. Then you want to constantly keep changing and altering and manipulating. And because of social media, we are exposed so much.
Yeah.
So I was reading about how there is this thing called the Instagram face, which plastic surgeons now sell to their clients.
Okay.
And Kim Kardashian has the most Instagram face, which means it's got the right proportion of the eye shape, the nose and the lip and all that. And 80% of the people who go to the surgeons, they want to get a face that is like her or close to what she is like.
Okay.
And imagine everybody looking the same. Then where does the uniqueness of that face, what happens to that? So it's a double-edged sword. Like honestly, I mean, I'm okay with people doing it, but myself, no. I'm okay. The way it is. With my flaws and all my dark circles, I'm fine.
You're not okay. You're more than okay, I think.
I've accepted myself. So
Great. Well, thank you so much, Manasi, for this.
Thank you.
I look forward to your film, which is going to be screened in IFFI.
Yes.
I don't know if I'll be able to come, still in 2 minds, but hopefully it's going to release here.
Yeah, it'll release next year.
Yeah, next year. Great. Looking forward to that and everything else that you do next.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Lovely talking to you.
Likewise.
Hi, I'm Manasi Parekh and you're watching me on News 18.